Next up, at UFC 284, we have the main event of the evening. The UFC is billing it as the number 1 pound for pound versus the number 2 pound for pound. Who's number 1? Volk?
He is number 1. I can't believe you really didn't put the belt picture on here. I thought you were kind of
I did not. No, because Volkanovski's not. So you notice Volkanovski doesn't have the belt here. This is not belt versus belt. He's going up. He's just a contender at 55. If this was the interim title or unifying the interim, and then I would do belt and belt. So I had to go back. We got a picture of Volk with some hair because this is the last time he didn't have the belt. I keep these graphics authentic.
I didn't realize he had chest hair like that.
Now you change.
That's like some man chest hair too. That's good looking. It's good looking chest hair.
I agree.
Oh,
we have
Islam
Makhachev taking on Alexander Volkanovski for the 155-pound belt. Both of these guys have only one single loss in their career, and both of them were a very, very long time ago. Islam Makhachev, as we know, dominant wrestler with underrated hands. I just rewatched that fight with Oliveira. His hands look pretty good in that fight. He dropped, and I know everybody drops Oliveira, blah, blah, blah. He dropped Oliveira with a right hook, and then that's what started that exchange, which got him the submission win. His takedowns are fantastic. His jiu-jitsu is fantastic. He does have solid striking as well. Alexander Volkanovski is good everywhere, busy everywhere, nonstop cardio, nonstop pace. We've seen this man fight for 25 minutes more times than we haven't. And he just comes forward busy, making something happen. Busy. The reality is, yes, he has a 73% takedown defense. Yes, he has an incredible 7 significant strike per minute offense. He averages 2 of his own takedowns per 15 minutes. This is all very impressive. But he was taken down multiple times by Brian Ortega, who has a 23% takedown accuracy. Very simply, if Brian Ortega is taking Alexander Volkanovski down, so is Islam. The biggest issue in this fight is Alexander Volkanovski is not dangerous. He doesn't have one-punch knockout power. He doesn't have the submission, the catch you in a submission type threat. And that's the problem here. And I said this in Quick Picks. I do believe Alexander Volkanovski is or will be the greatest 145-pounder of all time. But that is an independent statement from Islam Makhachev is going to beat the absolute shit out of him and win this fight. Islam Makhachev wins this fight. I think it's very dominant. I have 3 units on him. I got it at minus 330. That bet has been sitting there for premium members for like 2 months. It's been a while that has been sitting there. If you're a premium member, you saw that. Hopefully this is one that you tailed because now it's minus 400. That will continue to move. If you're not a premium member, become one now at WeWantPicks.com. It is only $10 a month. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, let me first start by saying the UFC countdown. If you watch that, it's very good with Islam and Alex. I watched that and I was like, holy shit, Alex is going to win this fight. Like just the way that his confidence and the way that he talks and stuff about this fight is absolutely incredible. And then I started thinking about it and I was like, wait a second. I think that Volkanovski's confidence in this fight is going to be his downfall because he's not going to fight this fight as desperate as I think he needs to because he truly believes, and I really do truly believe that he truly believes that he can win this fight just straight up. He can outfight this guy Islam. And I think if you're going to fight Islam, you need to take some chances, right? You need to put yourself in positions you're not normally in, especially like a guy like Volk, because Volk is a very technical guy. He's super good everywhere, but you can't fight a Volk fight versus a guy like Islam. And if he thinks, hey, I'm the better fighter, I can beat this guy, and he tries to just copy and paste these fights he's been fighting against a guy like Islam, it's just straight up just not going to work because Islam is just so much better on the ground. You need to take chances in these fights. And as you mentioned, he's not a take a chance type of guy. And I know he's been saying I need to make him pay on the feet, but everyone knows that when you're fighting a guy like Khabib or a guy like Islam, I got to make him pay on the feet. It just doesn't work that way. You just don't have those opportunities because of the pressure that Islam and those guys possess. But I will say, my pick's going to be Islam in this fight. I don't think he mauls him. I'm starting to warm up to the idea that, end of the 3rd round, into the 4th round, Volkanovski just had too much and eventually gets finished, even though he is a tough guy. So my pick is Islam. I don't know if it's a mauling, but I will say this. and this is just me kind of just thinking, rambling on about stuff that I see in my mind. Islam is not Khabib, and what I mean by that is he's not as straight as a straightened arrow as Khabib. Khabib had a plan. He's gonna stick to the plan. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. Very stair step. Very serious guy. This and that. Islam's a little bit more of a wild card, and if you guys know his personality, he's kind of enjoying this, right? He's enjoying being this guy, the superstar he's becoming. He enjoys the fame more than Khabib. Khabib seems a little bit more humble, and I could be completely wrong about this, but he just seems like he enjoys these moments a little bit more. And I don't know if he's taking Volkanovski as serious as Khabib would in a situation like this. It shouldn't matter because he is that much more dominant, but Khabib's not in his corner. Khabib usually walks him through pretty much every single step. And Javier, his head coach, has only been with him for the last week and a half. He's been doing his own thing the whole camp in Dagestan, which obviously it shouldn't matter. Honestly, he's that much better than Volk. But there's just something weird about this fight. And they always say the toughest fight is the first defense, right? So I'm not saying anything about I think that Volk can win. I'm not trying to allude to that. But I'm just saying, Islam's a little bit more of a wild dude. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't shoot a takedown in the first round because he thinks that he can knock Volkanovski out and he's the better striker. And he's just wild enough to stand and bang for a first round. So I think the first round could be competitive. And then Islam kind of does his thing and takes over. So long story short, it's Islam,
Yeah, we're aligned here. $9,500 in DraftKings. I think you have to do it. He could win by stoppage. And if he doesn't get a stoppage, it'll be a very high-scoring 5-round fight. Right, because he will get the takedowns, he will get the control time, and this your fat ass dog's eating again. So at 7:30 and 9:30, how many times a day does that dog eat?
At 4:30, at 10:30, at 7:30, at 9:30.
Why would you go 4:30, 10:30?
Because she had an issue for a long time to where when she was hungry, she would throw up. So I had
4:30 a.m.
Yeah, so I had to stagger meals so when she wouldn't throw up. But now it seems like it's not as big of an issue, but that was the issue. She literally would just throw up when she was hungry.
Yeah, I remember that whole thing. Are you gonna spend I'm spending $9,500 in DraftKings. Are you?
Yeah, because he's gonna get a million takedowns. Because Volkanovski is one of those dudes that probably will get back to his feet. He is good enough and he's strong and stuff. He's probably gonna get back to his feet. And this could, this honestly might be a takedown record because Volkanovski's durable. He doesn't get tired. He's gonna work back to his feet every single opportunity because he wants to prove I can get back to my feet. And Islam could just boom, boom, boom. This literally could end up being 10+ takedowns for Islam during this fight. And that's like a credit to Volkanovski, honestly, if he does get that many takedowns. But yeah, I think it's he's gonna be in my lineup probably.
Yeah, it'll be a fun fight. I'm genuinely looking forward to it. And listen, I don't want to lose money. I want to win money. I want to give you guys money with the bets. It would be a sight to see if Volk wins. It would be amazing.
And I love this. I've been on the Islam train for a long time. I used to watch the AKA videos, like the vlogs that when DC was fighting, they would have it with him and Khabib. And Islam was always there because he's just attached to the hip with Khabib. And Islam spoke like zero. And this one, Khabib barely spoke English. And Islam spoke like zero English. But every time he spoke in English and said something, it was like the funniest shit in the world. Islam is absolutely hilarious. He's got a lot of personality. I absolutely love the guy, but I'll be rooting for Volk for the upset for sure.
Yeah, I think us and most people. I'm actually surprised the line is where it is. So I see a bunch of people picking Volk, but not nearly as many as I would have assumed. Right? I
actually thought this line would be -500, -600.
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised it's not wider. I assumed. Sorry, I meant to say there's more people picking Volk than I would have assumed. But I also feel like a lot of people picking him. I guarantee you Alexander Volkanovski. It's like, all right, you're just saying that to be like, nobody. How could you guarantee?
If you're saying Islam has no personality, you literally you've never watched anything about Islam. The dude's he's hilarious.
Yeah, that dude's full blown troll. Don't even bother. Literally full blown troll. To the point where it's like he may just get hidden from the channel because you don't add anything positive, you don't get to stay. Anyway, we're aligned here. We've got the bets. I do think Islam's a parlay piece, but I think you have to do it now. I think the most popular parlay is probably Islam and Jack Della Maddalena. Depending on the live movement there, maybe you do, maybe you don't want to do that. Or you
can just do the Russians. You can do Islam and Zuba. It's probably a decent one.
I wouldn't put Zuba in a parlay, but I hear you. Roll your fucking eyes. Guys, WeWantPicks.com, become a premium member. I know I say it a lot, but frankly, the value is incredible. And in all seriousness, you get all the picks, all the bets, a DraftKings optimizer. You get the line movement tracker. You get DFS cheat sheets. Those are new within the last 2 months. They are literally cheat sheets for DraftKings and FanDuel with projected ownership, projected scoring, and leverage. Leverage is a proprietary calculation. We've got a guy. He put together the calculation. And leverage, there's an explanation on there on how to use it. You can use it to separate yourself from the pack in the large tournaments and things like that. It is the greatest value in this space, and we are adding more and more to it every single month. I am 100% positive there will never, ever be a reason to sign up for any dumb dicks Patreon or anybody else trying to push a premium. I'm positive. Because I'm going to keep it at $10. I'm going to keep adding that value. And it's going to get to the point where we're going to have 10,000 premium members. And this is not pipe dreams. We're at 1,500. Premium has only existed since August. We will be at 10,000 and nobody else will survive in this space. That is what we are doing. WeWantPicks.com at the top. Click become a member. If you want $50 on a lighter note, I will send you $50. All you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. We have 4 different affiliate betting partners. Click on their link, make a deposit using their link, and I'll send you $50 as a thank you. It's literally that simple. They give us money, and then I'm going to share it with you, A, to encourage you to sign up, and B, we genuinely love our community. Why would I not share some of that wealth back